All right, today I'm going to give more in-depth details on the advertising through the booking and item pickup procedure that helps me make $300 to $1,000 a week from home with my rental items. Hi, I'm Emily. I own a handful of side hustles, and on TikTok, I show you how you can make an extra $300 to $1,000 a week working from home, renting out stuff you own to other people having parties and events. So follow along if you're looking to make a little extra cash on the side. Okay, so this is a question I have been getting a lot the last couple weeks, is people wanting some clarification on the procedures I do from advertising through the booking process. So I'm going to try to give you a quick rundown of that right now. Okay, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I've talked about for the last 9 months, I've only advertised on Facebook Marketplace. That is where we get 95% of our customers. I do own a video game truck business as well. So we have rental items listed on that website as well. But 95% of my customers are from Marketplace. They will just reach out via DM from one of my posts about an item. And they can also reach out, they can go look at our website, which I think makes people feel better to know there's a legitimate business behind it, because I do have a website. They can reach us via phone number, email, contact form on the website. So they can do that, but most of it is done through DM on Facebook Marketplace. So once we've secured the items they want, the date that they're looking for, I have an Excel spreadsheet. That's another question I get asked, with all my inventory and what is booked for when. And that's how I've tracked it up to this point. Once we have a booking confirmed, then I'm going to email them their rental contract. The rental contract I use for sending that is Signwell. It's really close to DocuSign, but like $12 a month. So very affordable for a small business. It emails them the contract. They can sign it online and it sends it back to me. Next thing I'm going to do is send them their rental invoice. I use Stripe for our payment processing. And so I can go on there and I put together their security deposit, their rental cost, all of that, and I send that over in an invoice. Now, I've talked in other videos about the way that you make sure your items are taken care of, or that you're covered in the event that they are not, is you're gonna have a signed rental contract, a security deposit paid, and then the customer's credit card on file. Stripe allows you to do all of that. You send the invoicing through them, they pay the money, and then the credit card is also held on file on there. So that's how I do that. Once we have payment made, rental contract signed, then I'm scheduling a pickup, their pickup time. Now, we are a little bit different than most rental companies, and that is that we are a DIY rental company where all of our items are about half price from most places. And that's because people come pick them up from us, they take them, they set them up themselves. We're not doing any of the delivery or setup. And then parents bring them back and drop it off when they're done. So they're able to get a much more affordable rental fee and do parties at a much better fee, and I don't have to work all weekend long. So I am scheduling pickups for all my customers on Fridays, and then the items have to be dropped back off on Monday. Once I have a signed rental contract and the payment made, there is no reason for me to have to meet customers face to face. So I schedule everything as a porch pickup for someone who's running it out of their house and wants to feel a little bit safer. Everything is a porch pickup. So I don't schedule people at the same time. I don't want multiple items out there for the most part. I'll set a time for them, and then their items will be in tubs. Everything is in tubs because it's easier to transport. It keeps the items safer, it keeps them clean. You can see tubs, everything's in tubs. Within the tubs are going to be laminated instructions and warnings, and anything that they need is already in there so that they don't have to keep reaching out for help with items over the weekend. We're going to schedule their pickup time. I'll have the stuff out there waiting for them. And then that's all day Friday into the evening on Friday, different pickup times. And then they just need to let me know when they're planning on dropping it back off. Everything has to be dropped off by the evening Monday night. I do have some people that will like, can I bring it back Sunday? That's fine. I just give me a heads up when it's on the way, because I don't want it left out on the porch all day. So usually I can grab it and bring it back inside. So that's the pretty, trying to be a fast version of how I do the advertising through the booking and pickup process for a small rental business ran out of your house. All right, let me know if you have any questions.